Hello and welcome back to another Flutter tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing how to use Google Maps in Flutter. So this is a demo of the app that we are going to build, where we will have the Google Maps and three buttons. The first button will toggle the map type. The second button will add a marker. The third button will take the user to a new camera position. And on tapping the marker, we will show a info window with a title and a snippet. So let's start. So the first thing you have to do is to add the Google Maps Flutter library in the pubspec.yaml file. I'll be providing the link in the description. Now I'm going to close this file and go back to our main file. To add Google Maps to our project, we need API keys for both Android and iOS. So we need to get it from Google Platform Cloud Console for Android and iOS. For that, you can follow this link and there are instructions on how to do it. So the first thing you have to do is go to Google Cloud Platform Console and get an API key. You have to create or select a project and set up a billing account. You can set up a free trial account, they won't charge you after that. So once you have done that, you need to copy this metadata and provide your API key in the AndroidManifest.xml file. So let's do that. I'm opening the AndroidManifest.xml file. So inside the application tag, I have already added it. So that's my API key. Make sure it is inside the application tag. All right. So I'm going to close that. And so we have done add key to manifest. So the next thing is for iOS. So you can follow this link. I'll be providing the link in the description. So for iOS project, we need to do a little bit more setup. So I'm going back to our project and opening the iOS folder and locate the Xcode workspace file. So I'm going to open it in the Xcode and let's see the instructions. I'm going to the Google Maps Flutter plugin and we have done that for Android. Now for iOS, you need to find the app delegate file and add the key there. So let's go back to Xcode and find the app delegate file. Okay, I'm opening appdelegate.m. So I have already added it, the Google Maps library. Okay, and find the did finish launching with options method. So this is from my previous Firebase tutorial. So ignore that. You need to provide this method, provide API key with the API key for iOS. And now go to the info.plist file and add io.flutter.embeddedViews preview, which is a boolean, and set it to true. So you can add this by pressing the plus button at the end of the info.plist file. So I have already added it. All right. Okay. Now let's close this. Okay. Now if for some reason the project is not able to find the Google Maps library, you need to go to the iOS folder in a terminal. So that's my iOS folder and run pod install. So if you're running pod install for the first time, you will see the new libraries in green color. So I have already installed it, that's why it's showing in a different color. So it will generate a new pods project. Once that is done, you should be all set. Now let's go back to the Flutter project and import the necessary packages. We need the async package and the Google Maps package. All right. So let's start by declaring a completer variable around the Google Maps controller. Now we will declare another variable for a default latitude and longitude. So I'm going to name it center constant latitude and longitude. So I am going to give say 45.521563, and longitude is -122.677433. All right. Um, okay. Now we need a set of markers to add it to the map. So I'm going to set it to empty for now, and we are going to need another lat long variable to set the last map position. I'm setting it to default center, and another variable to set the map type. By default I'm setting it to normal. Now let's add a stack to the UI. The children, the first one is the Google map, and Google map will have a onMap created function. So we'll be writing that method shortly. And the initial camera position, we are setting it to target center with zoom 11, and the map type property is set to current map type, and the markers is our variable markers. And when the camera moves, we are going to write a new function. So let's write those functions. On map created, we'll have a Google Map controller variable, controller. So once the map is created, we are going to call our completer.complete with the controller. Now let's write the camera move function that will have a camera position as parameter, and set the last map position is equal to position.target. Alright, so there we have our maps. Now let's write a function to add button to the maps. So that will accept a function and an icon data and return a floating action button. On press of the button, we are going to call the function, and we are going to add the tab target size with material tab target size dot padded, and the background color as blue, same as the app bar. And the next property is the child, which is an icon. So we'll set the past icon and the size to 36. Okay, so let's add that to the UI. So for that I am going to add a padding with a padding edge inset of 16. And for child I am going to add a align widget with alignment top right. So we will be adding the buttons to the top right of the maps. Alright, and the child will be a column with children. Let's add the buttons. So button, so we will be writing this function in a short while. This will toggle the map type, and let's add some spacing after that. So for that I'm going to add a sized box and add another button to add the marker. So let's name it on add marker button pressed, and the icon, let's set it to icon start add location. So let's write those functions. So we will call set state on the current map type. If the map type is normal, we will set it to satellite, else we will set it to normal. Now let's write the Addmarker function, and we need to call set state on the markers. So markers.add, it will take a new marker. So marker with the marker ID, a new marker ID. Let's set it to last map position dot to string, and the position to last map position. and the info window, set the title and snippet. So this is a window which user sees when he taps on the marker icon, and the icon will set it to a default marker. Okay, so now it is on the UI. Let's try that. So marker is added. Let's toggle the maps. So that is also working. Now the next thing we are going to do is we will animate the camera or the maps to a new position. So for that I'm going to declare a new variable, new position, which is a camera position. So a new camera position with bearing say 192.833, and the target is a new latitude longitude. Let's set it near to the other one. Okay, and keep the longitude as same, and add the tilt, say 59.440, and the zoom of 11. Now we will write the method to animate to the new camera position. So that will be a future void. Let's say go to position 1, and this is an asynchronous function. So let's get the Google Maps controller, call await controller.future and controller.animate camera to new camera position. So camera update dot new camera position with a new position. Okay, let's add one more button to the UI. So go back to the build method. Let's add some spacing. And add the button to call this method. Go to position 1 and the icon, let's set it to icon start location searching. Okay, so reload the app. So let's add a marker. Now animate to new position and add a marker. Okay, that's a new position, so that's also working. Now toggle the maps. Okay, now we will move the maps to the new position and add the marker. Okay, let's try reloading again, and I'm going to move the map and add the marker. So that will animate to the previous position, and I have added the marker there. Okay, so that's all about Google Maps for Flutter in this video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Hit the bell icon for notifications, and thanks for watching.